neck of the woods, man. I've been with Jack every day, seeing those 20, and he's truly going. I'm certainly going to miss him, and I know everybody else at Quinnipiac is as well.
And this is unusual because he's usually not holding the plaque as they take the picture.
He's usually taking the picture.
He's either taking it or he's in it, but he's not holding the plaque. So this is really nice for him.
Well deserved for sure.
So the Jack McDonald retirement tour continues here at the MAAC conference.
Oh, that was nice of Rich Enser in the MAAC conference.
It was indeed. All right, Marist making their way out onto the floor. Road red uniforms, white numbers, white and black trim. Bobcats still huddled up around Tom Moore in their white home uniforms with the dark blue numbers and blue and gold trim. All right, Usman Drame will jump it up against Eric Trug. Bobcats will move right to left. And we are set for the opening round of the MAAC Conference. The opening tip controlled by the Bobcats. Justin Harris hands it off to Aaron Hutton. Hutton brings it into the front court, picked up by Khalid Hart. Gives it top of the key to Drame. Into the lane it goes to Harris. He fakes up with the left hand. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Marist. Knocked away and stolen by Drame. Hands it off to Hurst. Just underway here at the Times Union Center. Gives to Hutton. Hutton comes to the right side. Comes along the right sideline with the dribble. Gives to Hurst at the top of the key. Hurst throws right side for Hutton. Hutton stutters, steps, gives off to Drame. Backs in. Up with the left hand. Off the rim, no good. They battle for the rebound. Comes to the floor, picked up by Lewis. Siobhan Lewis brings it up court for the Red Foxes. No score. We're in the opening minute. Hands to Khalid Harris. Harris gives off to Trug, top of the key. The big guy throws right side for Hart. Hart gives it into the lane. Lewis, turnaround jump, rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound, Drame. Hands it off to Hutton, and Hutton runs it up court for the Bobcats. 1 minute in, nobody has scored yet. TJ Curry guarding Hutton. Hutton with a crossover dribble comes along the right sideline. Gets to Harris, top of the key, gets it into the lane for Drame. He fakes, up with the left. Good.
Good feed in there, high post, good spread on the wings, gave him plenty of room to catch and finish.
2-0, Bobcats lead. Khalid Hart into the front court, hands off to Trug, now gives to Lawrence. Lawrence throws along the left sideline for Hart. Now to Trug, top of the key. Bobcats in the man-to-man to Siobhan Lewis. Dribbles it off his foot, recovers the ball, and gives it back to Curry with 15 on the shot clock. Curry stutters, steps, puts up a foul line jump, no good, and rebounded by Drame. Kicks it out for Hutton. Hutton quickly into the front court for the Bobcats. Hutton into the lane, dishes back out for Hurst. Hurst into the lane, driving shot. Good as he banks it in.
Well, real good job down there. Not only clearing the boards, but getting the ball out in transition and giving Z a chance to play.
4-0, Bobcats in front here in the early going. We played 2 minutes. Lawrence, right side. Philip Lawrence gives it to the left side now for Lewis. Siobhan Lewis averaged over 20 points a game. He was the leading scorer in the MAAC Conference this year. Puts it on the floor. He's guarded by Hutton. 12 on the shot clock. Gives to Trug at a high post. Trug hands off to Hart coming behind him. 8 on the shot clock. Hart puts up a 3. Banks it in from the top of the key.
Well, patience that time, I will say, by Marist. And I don't think it was a great shot. Hand was up on him, and he just banked it in. I think a little lucky there.
So the Bobcats lead it 4-3 as Hutton brings it across midcourt. Comes along the right sideline, throws down low for Drame. Lays it up. No good. Tips it. Good.
Yeah, real good lob that time by Aaron Hutton, huh? Saw the court, put it up there, and Drame misses, but tips it back in.
So Drame with a couple of field goals. Bobcats lead it 6-3. Marist with the basketball. They give to Siobhan Lewis. Lewis on the move into the lane. Driving shot. Banks it. No good. Rebound knocked to the floor. Picked up by Ford. Ford runs it into the front court. Slowed down by Hart. Now Ford gives it along the right sideline for Hutton. Hutton drives to the baseline. Shovels it underneath to Harris, and he's fouled. So Justin Harris will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, pretty good drive that time by Hutton. Nice pump fake. Got somebody up in the air. Goes by him, and then sees Harris on the other side. Nice pass.
Yeah, he was under control, too, which is good with speed. Like when you have some speed and some tempo, when you can play under control and not get a charge there, you can tell he's grown up a lot. He's played a lot of minutes for Quinnipiac this year, and he would probably, if Harris misses the free throw, he wouldn't have been the guy you would have thought coming into the season would be an all-rookie team, right? Because it was supposed to be Dingba. Dingba was supposed to be the freshman that was coming in, and he got hurt early, and Hutton came in and has done a great job.
So Harris, one more free throw. Flips up with the right hand and misses. So the 82% free throw shooter misses both foul shots. Marist with the rebound. They bring the ball up court. Bobcats by 3. Lawrence, right side, gives it top of the key for Lewis. Lewis flips along the left sideline and a whistle. And an illegal pick. Trug picks up the foul. Second team foul on Marist, and the Bobcats take over in the backcourt. Hutton brings it across, looks and bounces to the top of the key for Hurst. Zaid Hurst holds the ball, gives right side now for Ford, bounces it down low for Drame, backs in on Lewis, loses control of the ball, and it's taken away by Marist. A little out of control. Lewis drives down the left side. Nobody stops him, and he lays it in.
Yeah, Bobcats have had trouble in transition stopping the ball, and that time Lewis went 94 feet.
Back the other way goes Hutton, drives to the hoop, shot blocked from behind and out of bounds, and the Bobcats will throw it in.
If you can get the guy who rebounds the ball to take it and go 94 feet, number one, he's a good player. Number two, it's bad transition defense.
Hutton looking to inbound the ball. Lobs it into the lane for Drame. Drame spins, hooks a pass left side for Hutton. Hutton puts the ball on the floor, dribbles slowly to the top of the key. Bobcats lead it 6-5. Right side Hurst, now top of the key. It goes to Ford, back to Hurst. Thought about a 3, now pulls back for a 3. Way off the mark, rebounded by Drame. Kicks it off. Ford puts up a 3. Good.
Now Drame's working pretty hard down there, able to get a rebound on an air ball by Hurst. By the way, we've seen a lot of air balls tonight in this building.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of air in this building. 9-5. Bobcats lead it. We've played 4.5 minutes. Khalid Hart, top of the key. Long 3 is good.
Well, usually 1 3 leads to another 3. And, you want to get back in the ball game. That's what you got to make. And he did put that one in.
9-8, the Bobcats. Hart, long 3 with a hand in his face, and he makes it. Drame dribbles and stolen by Hart. He picked his pocket. He's ahead of the field. He drives and lays it in.
Now, Drame wants to put it on the floor as soon as he catches it tonight. I think he wants to play aggressive, but that's all the time. You got to chin the ball. You got to wait and see what the defense is before you put it on the floor.
Khalid Hart has 8 points, and Marist takes their first lead at 10-9. Hutton puts up a jump off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound and a foul. It's going to go against the Bobcats. We have a timeout on the floor. 14:53 remaining in the first half. Marist 10, Bobcats 9. We'll be right back. Who'd they call that on?
I think Ford? It's on Ford.
That's our first foul, right?
Yeah. Why? What happened? Oh, don't worry about it. Is what it is, baby. Always better than 6 minutes of dead air, Paulie. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, and Bob Tipson with you from the Times Union Center in Albany. It's the opening round of the men's MAAC conference. Quinnipiac trailing Marist 10-9 here, just about 5 minutes in.
Yeah, tempo of the game's been pretty good. Both teams shooting it pretty good. Hart's knocked that one off the glass, and then he got comfortable, right? Then he came down and knocked a conventional 3 and a steal off of Drame, and then they go ahead and move ahead. So, well-played game early on by both teams.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the way that Quinnipiac has spread the floor a little bit, and the high-low. They're doing a lot of high-low stuff, which getting Drame down in the post area.
Substitutions for Marist. K.J. Lee into the ball game, along with Manny Thomas and Connor McClanagan. Hart stays in the lineup. He's got most of their points. Lewis dishes one in the lane. McClanagan fumbles, picks it up, spins, up with the shot, banks it. It's no good, and rebounded by Harris. Hands to Hutton. Hutton into the front court for the Bobcats. Crossover dribble, top of the key, gives left side for Hurst. And it's tipped by Lewis and off of Hurst's hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes as a point guard, Aaron Hutton picks his dribble up, and assumes he's going to throw to an open receiver. You got to see the guy open, and then if you see him open, then deliver the ball.
Marist with the basketball. They lead by 1. Thomas behind the back dribble. That gets it out top of the key for Lee. KJ Lee comes left, gives it along the left sideline for Lewis. Lewis into the lane, driving shot. Good as he banks it in over Drama.
I tell you what, he floats through the lane that time and jump stop and lays that in.
12-9, Marist in front. Hutton into the front court. Gives it right side for Hurst. Off of a pick. Now gives to Drame at the foul line. Puts up the jump. Good.
Well, good jab step there. Good pass by Z. And you turn around and Drame knocks in a 15-footer uncontested.
12-11. Marist leads by 1. Hart brings it into the front court. Hands the ball off to Thomas. Manny Thomas to the top of the key. Bounces to a high post to McClanahan. McClanahan bounces once, hands to Lee coming behind him. Lee down the right side, dishes into the right corner for Lewis. Lewis guarded by Hurst, comes off a pick, jumps a pass to McClanahan. Otherwise, he would have eaten the ball. Drame right in his face. McClanahan into the lane, up with the right, blocked by Drame, and it goes off McClanahan and out of bounds.
Great defensive effort that time by Drame. Big fella McClanahan goes off the bounce, and Drame is able to go ahead and catch it, hit it off his head. Good job by Drame.
Flores and Conti in for the Bobcats. They replace Hutton and Ford. Dimitri Flores into the front court, gives to Conti, lobs it down low for Drame. Drame backs in, gets double teamed, kicks it out. Conti for 3. Good.
Double team, kick it out. Your guard makes a 3. Well done.
Bobcats back out in front, 14-12. We've played 7 minutes. McClanahan hands it off to Thomas. Now they put it in the hands of Lewis, top of the key. Siobhan Lewis dribbles, now gets to McClanahan right side, gets to Lewis coming behind him, puts up a 3. Good.
That dude's pretty good, man.
Well, he is the leading scorer in the league, so you better find him and you better put a hand up on the shooter.
Well, it's only 2 guys scoring for them. He's got 7 and Khalid Hart has 8. They've got 15 points. They lead it 15-14. Justin Harris at the top of the key, his left side for Conti, back to Harris. Flips to Conti on the left, 15 on the shot clock. Conti goes to the baseline, then dribbles out. Throws top of the key to Flores, 10 on the shot clock. Flores spins off a pick along the right sideline, 6 to Hurst. Fadeaway jump from the lane, no good, and rebounded by Lewis. Lewis will bring it up court quickly. Lewis dishes right corner. Thomas for 3, good.
Marist looks pretty good in transition, and Quinnipiac's they've got to find the guys rusting to the corner in transition. Everybody goes to Lewis, and he's wide open on the pass.
Well, they've hit 4 3-pointers so far. We've got a whistle away from the ball. Manny Thomas commits the foul. That's going to bring us to a timeout. 11:52 remaining in the first half. Marist 18, Quinnipiac 14 on the Bobcats Radio Network. Take care, Bobby. Joe, take care.
Lewis looks like he wants to play tonight.
Yeah, he sure does. We are at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. It's the MAAC Conference Men's Opening Round Playoffs. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, Bob Tipson with you. Marist raining threes here in the first half, leading the Bobcats 18-14. Yeah, Marist second in the conference and made threes in the game at 7, and they've already got 4. And they're shooting with confidence. But I think, like you said, Tip, I think Lewis is the best player. Certainly, he leads the league in scoring at 20, and he's going to go down all time, maybe in the top 6 in the history of the MAAC Conference in terms of points scored. So I honestly didn't think he was that good. But after watching him over the course of the last 9, that dude can go, man.
Well, and he's paying attention tonight.
Yeah.
He wants to play. He's really executing, and he's getting up and down the floor really quickly, and he's going to the basket really he's exploding to the hoop.
Bobcats will inbound on a non-shooting foul. Dimitri Flores looks, flips it into Conti up at the top of the key. Into the ball game for the Bobcats, Shays Daniels. Flores right side gets to Hurst, top of the key. Matchup zone defense by Marist. They swing it right for Hurst. He has room. His jump is short. Rebound poked, taken by Conti, but he was on the baseline and turns it over.
Well, good hustle play by Evan Conti that time. You just got to have some awareness of where you are on the court, right? I mean, that's an opportunity for 2 points, and Evan every now and then forgets where he is, and you don't understand the court's only 94 feet.
Marist with the basketball, leading by 4. Left side for Phillips, gives to Curry, top of the key. Now hands it off to Trug at a high post, back to Curry. Curry off a pick, dishes into the right corner now to Phillips. They bounce it out to the top of the key for Trug, hooks to Phillips for 3. Tried to bank it from the top of the key, no good, rebounded by Daniels. Hands to Flores, Flores into the front court to Conti for 3. That's off the rim, no good, rebound Daniels, but a foul. He was pushing off to get the rebound, and Shays Daniels picks up the foul.
Now, you're playing against a team now with Marist. You got Lewis and you have Hart on the bench.
Right.
And I think if you're Quinnipiac, it's really time now. Attack down low. Let's get the ball into the bigs down there, run some time. But this should be a team that you should have some success with on the defensive end. This Marist team is a team that lost all those games without Hart and Lewis.
Harris back in. He replaces Drame. Curry into the front court. Bounces to Trug. High post. Backdoor pass to Phillips, and he lays it in.
They knew they wanted to do that, right? To get a guy because they know Dames is going to overplay because he's young and he's aggressive and wants minutes. He overplays and they go backdoor.
20-14, Marist in front. Flores, top of the key, gives the ball to Conti on the left. Conti has a pick, goes down the left side, hooks a pass into the right corner. Ford for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Curry. Curry runs it up court for Marist. Curry to the top of the key, dishes off. Lawrence for 3. Good.
A timeout here by Tommy, and a well-done timeout here. But Marist has done some damage to Quinnipiac on misses. You know, they've been able to get the ball out and create some separation and transition off the dribble chip. They're not doing it off the pass. Whoever gets the rebound is pulling that thing up, and they're beating everybody down.
Well, I think one of the things is that, defensively, Quinnipiac is all rushing below the foul line, and the trailers are coming down with nobody on them, and they're looking at a basket with no distraction whatsoever. So it's an easy shot. It's got to go in, obviously, but they're hot right now, so they're feeling pretty good.
Well, they've hit 5 out of 6 from behind the arc, so you got to get up and put a hand in somebody's face.
You got to know where people are. I think in a half-court set, I think Quinnipiac's doing a real good job of knowing where Marist's players are. I mean, that's like a chess game. You can sit there and really not know what you're doing, but have some idea of what you're doing and look like you know what you're doing. In checkers, when they're double jump, you got to move real fast, and you got to think ahead. And Quinnipiac is not playing checkers very well in transition.
All right, Bobcat basketball. They trail by 9. Marist has scored 11 straight points to take the lead. Hutton left side. Gives it top of the key to Ford. Throws on the right side for Conti. Back to Ford at the top of the key. Now hands off to Hutton. Hutton returns to Ford on the right side. Ford holds the ball. 16 on the shot clock. Gives left side for Conti. Pass down low. Phillips steps right in front and picks it off. Hands it off, and Hart brings it out of the backcourt. Philip Lawrence, top of the key, bounces to a high post to Trug. Trug gives to Lawrence. 3-point shot is good.
Well, they're raining threes, baby. Wow.
6 out of 7 from behind the arc for the Red Foxes. Hutton top of the key for 3. Air ball and out of bounds and over to Marist. 9:27 remaining in the first half. The Red Foxes have opened up a 12-point lead, 26-14.
Yeah, a lot of time left in the game, and for Quinnipiac now you got to stay positive, and it's going to be okay. Marist isn't going to make every one of their shots. Right now they're 6 for 7 from threes, 10 for 16 from the field. They're not going to continue to shoot like that, but you got to do what you're supposed to do on the offensive end.
Lawrence, top of the key, gives to Hart on the right. Hart dribbles to the top of the key, now gives on the left side for Curry. T.J. Curry off a pick down the right side, pulls up, and a bump foul. Hutton bumping with him, and it will be a non-shooting foul. Third team foul on the Bobcats. Marist will inbound from the baseline. Just over 9 minutes to play in the first half. Hart looking, lobs it in, goes bouncing into the back court where it's picked up by TJ Curry. Or excuse me, by Lee. KJ Lee. Boy, they got more initials on this. KJ. There's an RJ on the bench. KJ Lee gives it top of the key for McClanahan. Flips along the left sideline for Lawrence. Now gets to Hart at the top of the key with 18 on the shot clock. Back to McClanahan. Hands to Hart. Hart off a pick. Fires one to the right side for Lee. Stutter steps into the lane. Gives back McClanahan. Knocked away and stolen by Drame. Bobcats bring it up court. Down by a dozen. Along the right sideline for Ford. Now back out to Hutton at the top of the key. Hutton brings it to the left side. Gives to Ford now at the top of the key. 8.5 minutes remaining in the half. Left side for Hutton into the lane. Slapped away. He recovers. Gets it back out to Ford. Throws right side for Hurst. 12 on the shot clock. Hurst looks to make a move. Gets bumped and the foul is called on Hart.
Not a lot of movement now, Quinnipiac in the offensive set, right? They're playing 3 out, 2 in. And it's a stationary 3 out, 2 in. And you're giving Marist an opportunity now to really attack on the defensive end. You got to get a little more movement now. You get a substitution in here. They're going to go small. They'll put Dingba in the game, but you got to get some movement on the offensive end.
Dingba in for Harris. Inbounded to Hutton on the non-shooting foul. Flips left side for Hurst. Now top of the key, it goes to Ford. Zone defense by Marist. 8 minutes remaining in the half. Back to Hutton, top of the key, throws along the right sideline for Ford. Gets it down low for Drame, drives and lays it in.
Time to get the ball in the baseline against his zone. Quinnipiac's been special all year, and good feed that time.
8 for Drame, the other way, Lawrence for 3. It's good. That's his third three-pointer, and he's got 11 points.
And Bobcats haven't woke up to the fact that Marist is going to score in transition.
Ford back the other way for 3, and the basket is not going to count because they say Drame touched the ball above the rim. Timeout on the floor with 7:38 remaining. Bobcats back on their heels. Marist 29, Quinnipiac 16. We'll be right back.
Yowzer.
That coach just got into Lawrence pretty hard for putting 3 goggles up when he made the shot.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, I like it. We must have thought they were going to play in transition. But our players should have the ability, even if the coaches don't have the ability, to tell them that you got to pay attention to kids in transition. Don't you, as a player, you would say, hey, fellas, we need to find these guys in transition. In a pickup game, you did that. No?
Well, and you start yelling out, I got this one, I got, something. There's no conversation whatsoever. Oof.
Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, Bob Tipson with you from Albany, New York. Opening round of the MAAC Conference playoffs, and Marist has come out firing. Now on 3-point field goals, they've hit 7 of 8. Altogether, they've hit 11 of 17 shots. They are sizzling, and they lead the Bobcats 29-16.
Only a handful of those were contested. I think Hart caught a break on the one he made when Bobcats are up 5-0. Shot clock was winding down and contested shot, and it went off the backboard and it went in. And since then, boy, they've been rolling. And a lot of those have happened in transition. Missed shot by the Quinnipiac. Marist has come down. Now, the one thing Quinnipiac's done all year is they've been able to get offensive rebounds. They haven't been able to get offensive rebounds on their misses. They're not shooting it well from the perimeter, but historically Quinnipiac doesn't. I mean, they're 7 for 19, but they're not getting those other second half attempts on missed shots, 2 for 8 from 3. So they got to shoot the ball better.
Marist with the ball, leading by 13. They give to Lawrence, right side. Now top of the key, it goes to Trug. Drame is out on him. Hands it off to Lewis. Lewis down the right side, dishes right corner. Here's the jump off the rim, no good by Lawrence. Bobcats rebound. Hutton quickly into the front court, gives to Ford. His driving shot, no good. Tried to bank it. Rebound tipped and taken by Hart. Khalid Hart slowly across midcourt, calls out a play. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Lawrence gets it down low to Trug. Backs in on Drame, spins up with the hook, way off the mark. Rebounded by Dingba and a foul. Philip Lawrence had him in an arm lock, and he commits the foul. Manny Thomas and T.J. Curry back in the lineup for Marist.
I got a simple offense here for Quinnipiac. No one's allowed to shoot the basketball until Drame touches it. Once Drame touches it, then anything, it's open game.
Marist is on a 17-2 run. Down low it goes to Drame, kicks it out to Ford, returns to Drame. Faces the basket, holds the ball high, now puts it on the floor, backs in, has it knocked away and knocked out of bounds.
He's trying to do a little bit too much down in there. You know, over on this other side where he was posting up, Zaid was wide open, nobody on him.
Conti to inbound, lobs it in along the right sideline to Ford. Ford dribbles, gives to Conti, who lobs one down low. Drame, turnaround jump off the rim, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds and last touched by the Bobcats. 6.5 remaining in the first half. Bobcats got off to a good start, but they've gotten mired in the mud. 29-16, Marist in the lead. Trug, backdoor pass for Lewis, picked off by Dingba. Hands it off to Hurst. Hurst out of the backcourt. Gets double teamed as he comes across, gets it off to Conti, top of the key. Conti back to Hurst. Hurst crosses over into the lane, tries to go up for the shot, and he's fouled. So Zaid Hurst will go to the line to shoot two. Trying to stem the tide here as Marist has gone on a 17-2 run with some red-hot shooting.
Yeah, and pretty good defense, right? They've been able to do a good job. Whatever Quinnipiac's thrown at them, they've been able to do it. Now they're playing a little bit of a matchup, a little bit of a zone, sometimes man-to-man, but they really confused Quinnipiac. And the Bobcats offensively in the half-court tip, they stood still. There's no movement whatsoever.
And anytime the ball goes into Drame, they're getting two, sometimes three people down in there, you know, to as he misses the first foul shot, you know, to double and triple team him. And, he all of a sudden now he's not willing to pass it. He still wants to dribble it. And he's getting a really contested shot down in that area.
It's just a little bit off, right? I mean, it's just a little bit off. I think they got to get some luck. They got to make a basket. And I think they'll pick up their pace of play and how they play. But they need a circumstance, a situation that's going to cause them to get the momentum to play better.
Second by Hurst is good. The Bobcats now 1 for 4 from the free throw line. They're one of the best free throw shooting teams in the conference.
Yeah, no question, Billy.
Out of the backcourt comes Lee. KJ Lee hands it off to Thomas, right side. Now top of the key, it goes to Trug. Under 6 minutes to play in the half to Trug, cutting down the lane. Hands it off to Lewis. He stutters, steps, and turns it over. Man, oh man. Marist ought to have striped uniforms. They're all refs
always
out
over
there.
the officials,
oh,
right?
My goodness.
I think when you finish in last place, I think you're always complaining about the officials.
Conti into the front court, gives left side for Hurst. Back to Conti, now throws on the right side for Ford. They swing it left for Hurst. Hurst dribbles to the foul line, backs up, the jump, off the rim, no good, rebounded by Lewis. Bobcats shooting is 7 for 21, while Marist has hit 11 of 19. 29-17. Marist in front. Lee down the right side, pulls up, now gets it back out to Thomas, top of the key. Manny Thomas comes to the right side, backdoor pass for Lee, nearly intercepted, batted away, recovered, now out to Lewis for three, off the rim, no good, long rebound, knocked to the floor. Ford gets a hand on it, and then a foul, and it's going to go against Ford.
A tough break there for Quinnipiac. I needed them to catch a break that time, and Marist had 4 players down the other end because they figured Quinnipiac had the turnover. Lewis misses the shot, and that three-pointer is a long rebound, and Curry just outworks James Ford to get that loose ball.
Kentrell Brooks checks in. He replaces Eric Trug. 5:03 remaining in the half. Marist with a 12-point lead, 29-17.
And that's not a big number playing against a Marist team because you're not going to continue to shoot well. And I think if you're Quinnipiac, you just got to find a way over the course of the next 5 minutes to get the worm to turn. You got to get a little momentum.
Curry inbounds it to Lee in the backcourt. KJ takes the pass from TJ, throws it along the left sideline for Lawrence, and a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Marist.
Yeah, Brooks just pushed him out of the way to catch that ball. Get put in the game and get your name in the book right away.
Under 5 to play in the first half as Aaron Hutton comes into the front court, gives along the right sideline for Conti. Bounces to the top of the key for Drame. Drame puts it on the floor. Lawrence on him. Now spins into the lane up with the runner. Good.
I got no comment on that. Go ahead.
I don't know why he wanted to play the point guard at that position.
It didn't look good, crowd.
Drame, though, has 10 points, and the Bobcats pull within 10, 29-19. Thomas comes to the left side, gives along the left sideline to Lee. Now throws to Brooks, top of the key. Gets to Lee coming behind him for 3. Good.
Well, you can't sit behind the screen. So,
no.
Evan, you've got to get out there, and you can't have 2 guys in front of you and a guy's wide open to shoot the shot. You got to guard, man.
Down low it goes to Harris. He spins and then gets the ball knocked away, and a foul is called. Kentrell Brooks commits the foul. Marist is over the limit, so it will be Justin Harris going to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Well, this is an advantage here for Quinnipiac if they can go back and do what they're supposed to do. Billy, you mentioned the fact the best free throw shooting team in the league and 1 for 4 tonight. And when you're struggling on the offensive end and you get fouled, you got to make sure you go to the line and make those 15-footers to get some points and get some momentum.
Harris's free throw, no good. Rebound, Drame, back up, no good. Harris the rebound and lays it in.
Say all the time, man.
Yep.
You want to be a rebounder, all you got to do is jump. And if you jump with 2 hands, you're going to get a lot of rebounds. Great job by Justin Harris.
32-21, Marist in front, Lee into the front court, hands off to Brooks. Now to Thomas as they weave it in the back court, and a whistle and a foul. Thomas cutting through the lane, gets held by Hutton, the foul on Aaron Hutton. 3:48 remaining. There's a timeout on the floor. It's Marist 32, Quinnipiac 21 on the Bobcats Radio Network.
There was a time where Brian O'Connell would spend time talking to Tommy Moore. Moore said something to him then about that hole.
Yeah.
He didn't even acknowledge his presence. He turned around and walked down
the other end.
No, he doesn't even he shakes.
And now he's mad.
Look at him.
Hey,
he's mad. He's leaving.
And I'll tell you what, you don't want him angry at you.
No, he's leaving.
He's going over to get a water, cool off.
Look at him.
I mean, that's one of the reasons he's not doing our games.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to listen to Tommy. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, and Bob Tipson with you from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Opening round of the men's MAAC Conference playoffs. 3 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Red Foxes of Marist are red hot. They lead Quinnipiac 32-21. They have hit 8 of 11 from behind the arc. 12 of 21 altogether.
Well, they shot it real well from behind the perimeter, right? They just made everything. They only have 4 field goals that are not outside the three-point line. And those threes add up, man. That's 24 points from behind the arc. And, Quinnipiac only has 6. So when you're a deficit of 18 in that, it's difficult to make up.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is we think they're cooling off because they were at 85% before. Now they're at 72%, 73,
man.
So they're still pretty hot.
You got to guard them, though. You know what I mean? I would make sure you get out there and everything they're going to do now, get beat by a back door. Get them get 2 points. But you got to contest the threes.
Marist inbounding on the non-shooting foul. Khalid Hart lobs it into Trug along the left sideline. Drame on him tightly. Trug puts it on the floor, now hands to Lewis coming behind him. Lewis guarded by Hurst. Bounces to Trug up at the top of the key. Drame is out on him, now hands it back to Lewis coming behind him. Lewis moves to the left. 16 on the shot clock, bounces down low to Trug. Backs in on Drame, kicks it out, right side Lawrence, spins, hooks it into the lane. Trug up with the shot, good.
A pretty good move by Lawrence, and then a hard pass and a good catch by Trug. It's the first positive play I think Trug's made for Marist tonight.
34-21, 13-point lead for the Red Foxes. Get it into the lane to Harris, he kicks it out, Hutton on the left side. Hutton dribbles, now gets to Hurst, top of the key. Hurst picks up his dribble, gets it down low to Drame, turnaround jump hook, no good. Rebound comes to the floor. Diving for it is Lawrence, and he's up with the loose ball. Gives to Hart, underneath Trug. Lays it in with nobody on him.
The transition defense is really hurting the Bobcats. You know, you got 5 red shirts, and you only have 3 Bobcats back. So they just start working Quinnipiac in transition.
15-point Marist lead, 36-21. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Hutton throws right side. Conti for 3. Off the rim, no good, and a whistle and a foul. Lawrence holding on to Harris as he went after the rebound, and Lawrence picks up the foul.
You know, the challenge you have with Quinnipiac now in the offensive end, and, you know, I love the Bobcats, but they're becoming very predictable in terms of what they're doing because they're standing on a perimeter with the point guard and 2 wings and 2 low post players. And then whoever has the ball, that person is the only player that's playing basketball, whether it's the wingman who has the ball or whether you throw it inside, and that's the only person. So the connectivity between the group offensively and the movement offensively, there's nothing going on, Ted.
Free throw by Harris is good.
Well, and I think that one of the things that Marist has been doing is they sometimes go zone, they sometimes go man-to-man, you know, and I think what happens is it makes Quinnipiac stand around and sit, okay, what are they playing? And then at that point, everybody starts standing around.
Yeah, they just stay at 3 out and 2 in.
Harris' second free throw is up and good. So Justin Harris makes a couple. Bobcats down, though, by 13, 36-23 with 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the first half.
You got to play your best basketball in these next 2 minutes for Quinnipiac to get back in this.
Khalid Hart into the front court. Directs traffic. Down the left side, up with the left hand. Good, and he's fouled. Evan Conti on the foul, and Khalid Hart now in double figures will try to make this a 3-point play.
I thought Hart did a great job with the ball that time. He purposely told the screen to drop a little bit lower to the right side, which made Evan believe he was going to go to the right. Evan hedged over. He took it with his left hand, and he's big and wide and strong and just took him to the hole. So pretty clever play by Hart.
Free throw in and out, no good. Rebounded by Drame. 38-23, the Red Foxes of Marist out in front. Hurst gives to Conti, top of the key, flips on the left side for Flores. Flores dribbles the ball against the zone defense. Comes to the top of the key, gives right side to Conti. Pass knocked away by Hart, recovered by Conti. Gets it to Harris, dishes out left side Flores, back to Harris. Tried to get it to Flores, and the ball is kicked by Marist. So the Bobcats will inbound the ball with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
You know, the game of basketball is pretty simple. You don't need to invent things. You don't need to be Albert Einstein. When you catch the ball, look opposite. If he's open, give him the ball. If he's not, shoot it.
Knocked out of bounds by Marist as Hurst tried to put it in. So they'll try it again. Hurst to inbound the ball. Looking, still looking, lobs it into Drame left side, top of the key to Harris. Bounces once, gives to Flores, 10 on the shot clock. Flores dribbling the ball, top of the key, 5 on the shot clock. Hands it off Conti for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Drame, back up, in and out, but he's fouled.
Good job by Drame on a last-second shot clock attempt by Evan Conti. Dimitri Flores has got to know with 10 seconds to go. He's got to penetrate a little bit, cause some interest in him, and then dish out going to the basket. You can't go backwards with 5 seconds on the shot clock. So Drame's played a pretty good first half in terms of his activity as he makes that free throw. And, you know, Lewis has done a good job on Hurst. You know,
he has.
He's made him work a little bit, and, you know, Hurst 1 for 5 from the field. And if Hurst is going to get, really 3 points? If he has 3 points, it's going to be hard for Quinnipiac to win this basketball game.
Drame's second is good. He's got 12 points, and he's also got 8 rebounds.
Needs some help. I think Drame's played a good game.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, he's done a good job. He's got a lot to prove in the sense that probably a little disappointed that he was second-team All-League and he's playing like a first-team player. But your team's got to win.
TJ Curry brings it up court for Marist. A handoff to Thomas. Thomas throws right side for Curry. Curry dribbles, now fires on the left side for Lee. KJ Lee off a pick, down the right side to the basket, dishes it out. Curry for 3, good.
Well, they're making them all, aren't they? I keep on hoping they're going to cool down, but they haven't done it.
The threes keep raining in from Marist. Flores gives on the right side for Conti. Dribbles between two defenders. His pass is batted away and out of bounds. And last touch by Marist. Minute remaining in the half. Bobcats are down by 16. Inbounded to Drame. Hands it right back to Flores. Flores crosses over. Puts up a three. Off the back rim. No good. Rebound. Battled for and a foul. It's going to go against the Bobcats. Puts Quinnipiac over the limit, and they will walk to the other end of the floor, and Marist will shoot free throws.
Well, we got to compete a little bit harder if you're a Bobcat fan here. You know, collectively as a group, I'd like to see them compete a little harder. Individual, I like to see some guys compete a little harder. The things you can control in basketball, I say all the time. You can control how hard you play. You can control how smart you play. And Quinnipiac so far this half, as he misses the free throw, has been outworked and been outsmarted.
Lewis misses the free throw. Drame the rebound, hands to Hurst. 47 seconds left in the half. Flores comes left, dumps it down low for Drame, and he dunks it with two hands.
Well, there you go, Dimitri. Turn the corner, get inside, and good feed. Good attack and play that time. Good finish by Drame.
Quick timeout by Marist, and we're going to pause for station identification on the Bobcats Radio Network.
Wow.
Well, we're not helping it. Well, I don't understand why they're not helping them.
So Marist sizzling here in the first half, and the Bobcats are not. Just 3-point field goals alone. Marist has hit 9 of 12. Bobcats have hit 2 of 11.
And for you guys that aren't math majors, that's 27 from behind the arc for Marist. For 2 times 3 is 6. I got that one to 6, right? So they've outscored you by 21 points from behind the arc. And in this day and age in college basketball, you cannot make those points up. So what do? You better do a better job guarding the guys in 3. You've done a poor job in transition, and that's where you got to do a better job at. You got to be an offensive rebound and somehow, some way, get the ball to Drame so he can finish plays. But you got to make some shots if you're Quinnipiac.
I think the other thing, too, is that the long shots that you're missing, they're getting out in transition.
Marist with the basketball. 27 seconds left in the half. About a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Lee, guarded by Conti, dribbles out near midcourt. Marist will get the ball to start the second half as well. 10 on the shot clock, 12 on the game clock. Lee into the lane, drives, shot no good. Thrown up ahead for Hurst, batted away by Lewis, saves it. Ball ping-ponging around, finally grabbed by Conti, but he can't get a shot off, and the half comes to an end. Marist 41 and Quinnipiac 27.
Well, I think the surprise is when you said Marist with 41. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was 28-27, 29-27, 31-27. But for Marist to have 41 points for a team that averages 60 a game, you just got to do a better job defensively. The good news is Marist can't play as well as they played, Billy, in the second half. So
you keep saying that, Billy.
They can't. It's impossible, right? They finished in 11th place, my brother. So Tommy will figure it out.
All right, we're at halftime, and actually we're going to talk some women's basketball as the Lady Bobcats get into it tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Mountain McGilvery will join us when we come back. Score at halftime, Marist 41, Quinnipiac 27. We'll be right back. Hey, Mountain.
Fellas.
How are you?
Good. It'd be better if they missed a few shots and we made a few.
Oh, baby.
They got us on our heels.
Yeah. I don't disagree with the assessment, though, that they can't really play any better, and they're only up 14.
Right. No, it could have been a lot worse. We just don't. I mean, the problem that we have, unlike your team, is we don't have the ability to put the ball in the basket. We've struggled all year from the perimeter. And when we struggle from the perimeter, it's just difficult for us to play catch-up. We can't play catch-up. You guys can be down 14 and within a media timeout be up 2 because you have guys that can shoot. Men don't have anybody who can shoot.
It sounds counterintuitive, but I think we're too patient against the zone. But
we got to get some movement. We stand a lot. We don't dribble gaps. There's a lot of stuff we don't do because we don't play zone. I think one of the things is we don't play zone, so you don't practice against the zone. We don't run transition offense, so you don't play against transition, so you don't work on your defense. So those things hurt Quinnipiac. But
And welcome back. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, Bob Tipson with you from the Times Union Center in Albany. Halftime, Quinnipiac's men trailing Marist 41-27. The Quinnipiac women jump into the fray tomorrow. The women's quarterfinals, and they'll take on Monmouth at high noon tomorrow. We'll have that one for you right here on the Bobcats Radio Network. Mountain McGilvery, the assistant coach of the women's team, joins us. And, everybody usually walks into the building for the MAAC playoffs, the MAAC women's playoffs, and they're all looking at Marist. Different team comes in here as the team to beat.
Well, I think Marist is still wearing the crown with the 10 titles in a row, so we're going to try to take it from them.
Sensational season. 20-0 in the MAAC conference. Nobody's ever done that before.
It was a lot of fun. The ladies play hard. They work hard every day. They believe in themselves, and they sacrifice for each other on a regular basis, and it just shows in the way they play. They share the ball so well, and it's been fun.
As you look through your season, right, you got off such an incredible start, and then the reality became, we're pretty good. You beat everybody you were supposed to. And then you went through a little period of time, the Canisius game and a couple games after, where it just wasn't the same Quinnipiac team. But over the course of the last 3 games, y'all kicked it back in gear. Let's talk about how and why that happened.
Well, I think it was a bunch of different factors. When you have 6 seniors, the end of the season is the end of their career potentially, and I think that weighed on them a little bit. So we struggled on our last
senior day,
and then we struggled on our last actual home game. And then we did have 2 11 a.m. games where it was ugly to start both of those games. Those are all excuses, though.
But that's okay. Sometimes excuses are real.
You can make an excuse, but you won the game.
Right.
It's true. Thanks to Jasmine Martin, hit a gigantic shot in that overtime, send the game to overtime. And I think Nikolai Asgard either assisted or scored every basket down the stretch of that game. So they put us on their back a little bit.
Well, it's been really fun for us to call the games and be there to watch something that only happens as a coach, quite honestly, once in a lifetime. That team is going to be the best team in the history of Quinnipiac. And you got your sights set on obviously finishing business here, but this is a team that even if you stumble, a lot of people believe you've done enough resume-wise to get into that NCAA tournament regardless, Mountain.
I think we've earned it. I think that a lot of people point to we don't have a marquee win on our schedule, but the reality is we have the 8th toughest non-conference schedule in the country, and we went 8-3. And then we have a 20-point-per-game margin of victory in conference play where we went undefeated. I mean, if that doesn't get you in, and, if we win 1 or 2 and we don't win a championship, we could be at 30 wins and not get in. I don't know. That would be tough to justify, I think.
It really would be. And, I think the thing that, we watch this team, and I don't think there's anybody in the MAAC conference that can beat this team. I mean, we've said it every single game. The only team that's going to beat Quinnipiac is Quinnipiac.
But we've said the same thing to our players and to our team. And I wish you guys saw practice today. It was a little bit like it was going into the playoffs last year. I mean, everything was so crisp. The defense was so good, and they could not stop the offense, which was even better. And it's fun when practices are like that. So it just shows to me that they're dialed in, they're ready to go.
There was a game the other night at Quinnipiac, a TD Bank, a high school game, SEC. So, I had to use the men's room, and no one was in the women's locker room. You guys were gone, and I walk in there, and then all of a sudden, I look as I walk out the door, I see the score. And I'm saying, that was a year ago, And usually when you put something up on your wall, which is what you all remember that you got beat by Marist, at this point, Billy, it's a year removed. You won 30 games. Somebody's going to pull it off the wall. Those 2 pictures are still there. And is that a lot for your kids to say, you know what, we let it go last year, we got to get it this year?
There's no doubt. I think we went into last year, we really challenged ourselves in the non-conference. We thought we were a great team. And then we lost 6 conference games. We lost to everybody above us. We just weren't as good as we should have been. It was as good as they thought they were. And then all of a sudden they turned it on in the playoffs. We're up 17 in the first half. And then disaster. Well, that haunted those kids. And those are the kids that are fueling this, along with Valerie, who came in and had something to prove.
She's been incredible.
Yeah, she wanted to prove that she could really play basketball after not getting a ton of burn or a ton of touches in her last year where she played a lot. She didn't get the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. We told her, look, you're going to get the ball. And good things have happened.
They have indeed. Go up against the Monmouth team that you just played last weekend. You play them tomorrow in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we kicked it around because Canisius took us to overtime. And Monmouth, we've had a lot of success.
You don't have to be humble, dude. You've had a lot of success.
Yeah, we beat them pretty bad 2 times. And so we were asking, is it better to play an opponent where your kids have more of an edge, or is it better to play an opponent who thinks they might be able to beat you? And I think we agree that I think Monmouth probably is going to have trouble believing they can do it. And our kids are hungry no matter who we play.
I'll sign up for that, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, we will be here for that one, Mountain. We are anxiously awaiting it, and good luck for the whole weekend. Hopefully, we will see you here on late Monday afternoon.
Well, we thank you for all your support and being the voice of the Bobcat basketball.
It's been fun to do, man. Y'all had a hell of a year. Finish it up, man.
Going to try.
All right,
thanks.
Mountain McGilvery, the assistant coach with the Quinnipiac women's team. They'll be in action tomorrow at high noon. First game of the day, so we don't have to worry about it being backed up. All right, stay where you are because Paul Pacelli has got a scoreboard update coming your way on the Bobcats Radio Network. Yep. Yeah.
I wish I had some now.
Yeah, me too. I wish I had one with dinner. You were the smart one.
I had mine.
He had his sangria, a little sangria with dinner.
This headset's got me screwed up with the thing on this side.
What are you doing? Why is it so
no,
big?
you know what? You can flip it over.
You
can flip it over.
I'll do it after.
No, you do it right now.
Do it right now.
Oh, okay.
No.
What are you doing, Billy? Yeah. There you go.
Well, you're looking at the other side like, what are you doing?
Thanks. Oh, that's much better.
Well, it's the same
And you know,
sound.
Bob, they say
over here.
yeah, but they say you can talk out of both sides of your mouth, man.
I think they say that about me. I make Tip listen. Frankie Valley. They can't.
They better not.
So we going back to Wolf's after this?
Yeah, unless they have a jazz bar at the place we're at. Yeah, we'll get a drink there.
That place doesn't look like it's big enough to have a jazz.
Yeah, we'll have a drink of Wolf's.
Yeah. Or two.
Fine, whatever we got, right? It's what time? 10 after 10?
Game's going fast. It's cold in here. Are you cold? My feet are freezing.
really?
Probably got ice underneath it, right?
Yeah, but we're kind of
We're
up a little
above.
bit.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
I got heavy socks on.
So what do they go, Saturday, Sunday, the women? Hockey?
Yeah. No, I think they go Friday, Sunday.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow.
Right?
Right. Tomorrow's Friday.
Right.
I'm all screwed up here on what day it is.
Huh?
I just saw you like Duke, dude. Football don't say much to you, Coach. Krzyzewski don't say much to you. Coach Moore says I saw you walk away. I did the other end. He said, yeah, he spends his time coaching his kids.
Yeah.
Legal screens. Yeah, okay. Where is Coach Moore?
Where is he?
Marianne.
Resigned. He's there. Oh, no, whoops, that's Sean.
Dimitri can't play in this game.
No.
Bill Schweitzer, Bill Becker, Bob Tipson with you from the Times Union Center in Albany. MAAC Conference men's opening round play, and Quinnipiac with their work cut out for them. They're down by 14 at halftime, 41-27 over hot shooting Marist.
Yeah, they made everything they put up. They've done a real good job offensively, controlling the tempo half court. But that hasn't really hurt Quinnipiac. I think what they've done in transition is the thing that really has surprised me. They've been able to get long rebounds and blow them out, and they aren't getting twos off of those. They're getting threes off of those. So they've done a good job in the open court, running the lanes, and Quinnipiac struggle. What do them numbers look like, Tip?
Well, first of all, like you said, in transition, 12-0 in terms of transition baskets, Marist over Quinnipiac. But, you know, there really isn't a lot of statistics in terms of Quinnipiac drama. He has 6 for 11 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point line. He's got a double-double. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's got 14 points. Other than that, you got Harris with 4, and then you got 3 guys with 3, Hurst, Ford, and Conti. So not a lot of scoring from the perimeter. And my old saying, though, is, you know, you can't lose a game at halftime. So you got to come out here and figure out a way to win this thing now in the second half.
Yeah, I think you can. I think if you get movement, right? If you get movement on the offensive end, I think that'll help you get some easier shots, which will stop the transition baskets. And again, of their 9 3-pointers, 5 of those were in transition. So I think you can cut down the transition by putting the ball in the basket, get some movement offensively. I think you'll be fine. Marist isn't going to play as well as they played. They're not going to play as well offensively as they played. Now, they could play well defensively if Quinnipiac stands again in the offensive end. But I look for Tommy to make a couple adjustments, get a lot more movement in the offensive end. And I look for this thing to be a game with about 8 minutes to go, being in a one-possession game. From my lips to God's ears. You listening to me, brother?
Marist will have the basketball to start the second half. Hutton, Ford, Hurst, Harris, and Drame, same team that started the game for the Bobcats, out on the floor. And here we go. Khalid Hart into the front court, picked up by Ford. Off a pick, top of the key, comes to the right side, hands it off to Lawrence. Now they swing it to the left side. Curry fakes a 3. Whistles a pass, top of the key for Lewis. Siobhan Lewis down the right side, up at the floater. Good as he banks it in.
Yeah, we saw him do that in the first half, that lean floater, and he really does fly like Superman up there.
43-27, Marist in front as Hutton comes into the front court, comes along the left sideline. Crossover dribble, now throws into the left corner for Hurst, back out to Hutton. Throws right side for Ford, bounces down low for Drame, poked away from behind by Lewis and stolen by Marist. Quickly out of the back court, they get it to Lewis, left corner, thought about a 3 instead, drives, lays it up, no good. He left it short, rebounded by Drame. Hurst brings it into the front court, gives it right side for Ford, drives, blocked by Lewis, and pushes it up ahead to Curry. Curry, alley-oop for Lawrence, but he couldn't quite get a hold of it. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Hurst. Hurst brings it up court. Hurst left side for Ford, down low it goes for Harris, drives to the basket and lays it in.
Well done there by Justin Harris, catching a good feed by Z, and Harris goes up strong, and Quinnipiac got lucky that time. 4 points Marist missed on 2 layups.
43-29, the Bobcats trail it. Marist with the basketball. Lewis top of the key, guarded by Hurst. Throws right side for Trug. Now gets to Lewis coming behind him. Nearly lost the handle, recovers it in the right corner. Puts it on the floor. Now gets it back along the sideline for Trug. Trug hands back to Lewis. Hurst fell down, has room for three. It's short. Rebounded by Marist. Out to Curry, into the lane. He gets bumped by Harris, and the foul on Justin Harris.
Well, real good job by Tommy Moore and his staff, right? Saying, hey, listen, we got to close out on their three-point shooters. But also a great job by Marist, who said they're going to close out on you, so give them a shot fake and go by. So really interesting to watch the coaches and their adjustments they make in terms of predictability of what you think the other coach is going to do.
Free throw by Curry is good.
And I agree with you, Billy. You know, we were a little bit lucky that they don't have 4 more points sitting up there on that scoreboard, because they really did miss 2 layups.
The wide open 2-on-1.
Right.
They tried to make a lob play, and then Lewis missed a wide open layup. So Bobcats are fortunate.
Second free throw rolls around and rolls out. Rebounded by Drame, and he hands to Hutton. 44-29, a 15-point lead for the Red Foxes of Marist. Ford, right side, holds the ball over his head, gets it out top of the key. Hurst for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Drame. Triple team, ball knocked away, and ball stolen by Lewis. Lewis brings it up court for Marist. Accelerates, comes to the left side, dishes underneath for Trug. Couldn't find the handle on it. It's knocked away from him by Drame and out of bounds.
You know, you wonder now, Drame being a senior, why he feels when he gets the rebound down there, why he needs to put it on the floor. And he's balanced enough to chin it and finish the play.
Hart inbounds it to Lewis along the right sideline. Now to Trug, top of the key, gets to Lewis coming behind him. Puts up the jump. Good.
Well, that was a good defensive play by Z Hurst that time, but Lewis came off that screen and did that long, lanky lean in for two.
46-29, Marist in front. Hutton out near the top of the key, crosses over, comes left, gives it off to Hurst. Hurst to the baseline, up with the shot off the rim, no good, but he's fouled. So Zaid Hurst will go to the line. Hurst with only 3 points in the ball game. He hit a bucket early and then hit one of 2 free throws, and that was it for the first half.
Lewis has done a really good job. He's matched Z's quickness with quickness of his own, and Z's advantage sometimes body-wise is he's stronger, but Lewis is just as strong and he's 3 inches taller. So I think the matchup has hurt Z a little bit, right? And because they're playing zone, Z's never really had an opportunity to get it in the open court coming off a screen where he can catch and shoot.
First free throw by Hurst is in and out, no good. Evan Conti is in. Aaron Hutton goes to the bench for the Bobcats. Conti, Ford, Hurst, Drame, and Harris on the floor for Quinnipiac. Down by 17. Second free throw is good.
They had a hold here on Marist down low on Lawrence, and Quinnipiac will get the ball out of bounds.
46-30, and the Bobcats will hold on to the ball as Conti will inbound it from the baseline.
It's kind of a strange call. The ball goes through the hoop. Usually you don't call anything.
Yeah, Lawrence was holding Drame after Brian O'Connell told him to get his hands off of him.
Inbounded, they get it into the lane for Drame. Turns around, his jump, good. Bounded high in the air and in.
A good strong dribble that time by Drame up to his chest, and a good finish by him. Here we go.
46-32, the Bobcats trail. Trug, top of the key. Bounces once, now bounces along the right sideline for Hart. Knocked away by Hurst. Hart recovers it. 20 on the shot clock, and now Hart calls out a play. Comes to the circle at midcourt. Has a pick. Throws into the right corner for Thomas. Manny Thomas looks to make a move. Hands off to Trug on the right side. Picks up his dribble, gives to Lewis. Now 6 on the shot clock. Down the lane. Throws up a shot. No good, and rebounded by Drame. Hands to Conti. Conti throws into the front court for Hurst. Crossover dribble. Comes to the left side. Has room. The jump. Way off the mark, but rebounded by Drame. Gets it out to Conti. Conti into the lane. Kicks it out to Ford. Down low it goes to Drame. His pass knocked away. It was about to be stolen by Marist, and Ford trips up TJ Curry.
Oos has got to make a better feed out. He's either got to throw it with some pace in the air, an air pass, not a bounce pass, or recognize the guy's coming over and throw the ball to the top of the key. So not a great possession for Quinnipiac where you get some momentum getting back-to-back baskets. You got a couple stops, and you got to be able to go ahead and at least get a shot. You can't turn it over.
Dimitri Flores checks in for the Bobcats. Inbounded to Hart with Flores putting on pressure in the backcourt. Hart hands off to KJ Lee, and he easily moves it across the line. Lee comes to the right side, hands off to Thomas along the right sideline. Now to McClenaghan, who's in the game. Top of the key, flips on the left side for Hart. Whistle, foul. Lewis trying to make a cut around a pick. Gets held by Zaid Hurst. Hurst picks up the foul, and it will be a non-shooting foul. Hart looking to inbound. Stolen by Drame, but stepped on the sideline and gives it right back to Marist.
I tell you what, that matchup with Hurst and McClenaghan is just not fair. I mean, Drame is just killing that poor kid.
Hart lobs one into the backcourt to Manny Thomas. Now Marist brings it back across. 16 minutes remaining. Marist out in front, 46-32. Thomas gives along the right sideline for Hart. Hart puts it on the floor, now gets to Lee on the left side. KJ Lee off a pick, bounces into the lane. McClenaghan shot blocked by Drame and taken away by Conti. And then he throws it out of bounds. Conti got up in the air and threw it behind Hurst and out of bounds. Timeout on the floor with 15:41 remaining. Marist 46, Quinnipiac 32. We'll be right back.
She's been challenged to walk the length of the court. Doesn't seem like a big deal, except she's going to do it on her hands. Let's hear it for Sally. You ready, Sally? On her hands. Here goes Sally. This is her first time ever trying it. You're almost there, Sally. Only 70% of the way to go.
You just do what he just did. Jump in the air. Jump in the air, have one transition and throw the ball out.
I bet you guys think no one else in the building would have gotten that far.
And if that was Aaron Hunt or James Ford, they'd be out of the game.
She steps over the three-point line. Down the lane she goes. Sally can do it. She's going right out the back door. Let's hear it for Sally from Marist.
We're at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. It's the MAAC Conference basketball playoffs. The men doing it tonight, opening round. Quinnipiac trailing Marist 46-32 with just under 16 minutes to play.
Well, you've got what you wanted from Marist in terms of their efficiency offensively. They're 2 for 7 this half for 28%, and the Bobcats are 2 for 5. But they just haven't. They've turned it over 3 times. They've had opportunities to get a little run to get it under 10. And if you get it under 10, then all of a sudden you got some belief that, hey, we're 1 3-point away from being a 6-point game. So you got to battle through this and make good, smart, heady plays. Whatever Conti just did in transition, you get upset if your 7-year-old did in jumped in the air at half court and threw the ball out of bounds. It just can't happen.
So Marist takes over on the turnover. KJ Lee stutter steps to the right side, bounces top of the key. McClenaghan now hands it off to Manny Thomas coming behind him, flips on the left side for Hart. Hart dribbles, now gives it to McClenaghan again up at a high post. Ball knocked away, stolen by Flores, and then he's held by McClenaghan.
Oh, they can't keep him in the game for Marist.
Well, that can't keep either of the post guys in the game, to be honest with you. Neither one of them is doing anything.
Good job by Dimitri Flores that time, and now you got to go ahead and make sure you get one here for Quinnipiac.
So McClenaghan goes out, and Eric Trug back in. Bobcat ball, 15:20 remaining. Flores gives on the left side for Hurst. Matchup zone defense by Marist. Flores comes to the right side, now gives back to Hurst on the left. Returns to Flores. Now back to Hurst for 3. Good.
There you go. Let's keep on feeding Z. Here we go. Let's get a stop.
46-35, an 11-point lead for Marist. Hart out of the backcourt. Has it knocked away by Flores. Picks up the ball. Drives down court against Trug. Lays it up. No good. Rebound. Drama, and he stuffs it.
2 strong defensive plays by Flores. Leads to some baskets by Quinnipiac. And here you go. Put yourself in a position where you get it 9, and that's where you need it to be.
Hart crossover dribble down the lane. Tried to go up and under. And he throws it out of bounds. He tried to go up and under Drame so he wouldn't block it, and he just threw the ball out of bounds.
You take advantage of this momentum here with Quinnipiac. And I get Z the ball here and see if he can knock down another three.
Flores brings it up court. Bobcats have gotten the lead under double figures for the first time in a long time, since early in the first half. Bounced into the left corner. Harris for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound is tipped and taken by Hart. Hart comes racing out of the backcourt. Gives it to a cutting Thomas. Lays it up, no good, and rebounded by Harris. Back ahead for Flores into the left corner. Hurst for three. Off the rim, no good, and rebounded by Marist.
Hey, I wanted him to shoot it, right?
Yeah, you had to have him shoot it.
KJ Lee slowly brings the ball up court for the Red Foxes. Top of the key, comes to the right side, accelerates down the right side, kicks it out on the right sideline for Thomas. Now to Trug, top of the key, flips on the left side for Hart. Now to Lewis, into the left corner, Thomas for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Flores. Flores runs it up court for the Bobcats. Comes into the front court, slows down now at the top of the key, faces the zone. Right side for Hurst. Hurst gives it back to Flores, flips on the left side for Conti. Underneath to Harris. His shot blocked by Trug. And a traveling call against Hart. Another good defensive play by Flores.
A great job by Dimitri Flores. He's had a really impact on the defensive end, stepping in front of Hart, causing him to travel, because that's another transition basket, and that's 10 points now. 5 times Marist has had easy opportunities for 2 points and have come up empty.
Well, Bobcats got to make them pay here as Hurst takes it to the right side. Gives to Flores, top of the key. Flores directs traffic, gives it back to Hurst. Now to Drame at the right baseline to a cutting Daniels and lays it in.
Bobcats are coming, man. You're going to need a timeout here by Marist.
46-39 as Quinnipiac gets close. And Marist does call a timeout. 13:08 remaining. And the Bobcats have turned it on here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marist was going to come back to life a little bit in terms of what the reality is with them making shots. So, and now, you know, again, make no doubt about it, Marist knows what place they finished in. Marist knows they finished in 11th place, and they know they have a chance at halftime to pull off a huge upset. They also are going to doubt themselves when things don't go their way, and Quinnipiac was bound to start playing some intelligent basketball. Defensively, Dimitri Flores has been a force. Marist has struggled a little bit, and Quinnipiac's on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, no question about that. But, you know, again, we've been very fortunate, as you say. They've left 10 points on the board down there, that the easy baskets, thank God. And, you know, we got out a little bit in the break. They couldn't recover. We get some open shots, hit a couple, you know, hit a three. And Flores really just picked the pocket a couple times to get, you know, to get them to, you know, get the ball down and get the ball in the Drame. Drame's still playing, you know, great basketball. That was a great pass he made to Daniels.
Daniels made a good cut, you know, good young kid, right? So, you know, you got a good set of waves out there. You got to ride them now. You got to enjoy it out there. You worked hard to put yourself in a position to have some fun. And this little segment's the first time Quinnipiac's had fun all night.
You know, Billy, you weren't with us down in Manhattan for that final game of the regular season, but Flores was terrific in that game as well.
Yeah, I had a chance to listen to you guys and watch a little bit of it, and I kept on seeing Flores make plays. A lot of highlights as I sat down with Tip on Monday back in the office. Manhattan put up on their site. A lot of real big-time plays with Flores coming off the screens, and I was like, okay, here we go. Supposed to have been a pretty good player. Hasn't played well all year, but tell you what, he's put his footprint on this game for sure.
So Marist in a scoring drought, haven't scored any points for the last 4.5 minutes, and the Bobcats have chopped a 16-point lead down to 7. Marist with the basketball here, 13 minutes remaining. Lee into the front court, accelerates right side into the lane, throws up a runner, no good. Rebound Drame. Kicks it out for Conti, now puts it in the hands of Flores, who brings it up court. Flores comes to the top of the key. Zone defense watches him. Still has it on the floor. Throws right side for Hurst. Bounces down low, and it's kicked away by Lewis and out of bounds.
Well, you're going to pass fake there, you know. I mean, you can't telegraph where you're going to throw it down low. Fake high, fake low. You should be able to feed the ball from the wing to Drame down there in the low post.
Inbounded to Hurst, hands to Flores, coming behind him. Flores dribbles into the zone, into the lane, tried to dish it down low, but it's knocked away and out of bounds by Lewis.
Yeah, bounce pass maybe is a basket for Drame.
Yeah.
12 on the shot clock for the Bobcats. Dimitri Flores will inbound it from the baseline. Flores fires it in top of the key. Hurst puts up a three. Off the rim, no good, but he's fouled. Khalid Hart commits the foul, and Zaid Hurst will go to the line to shoot three.
Well, you got to enjoy it now when you're catching a couple breaks. I thought that that time Quinnipiac caught a break on that three for Hurst. And Z used his leg into Hart, and Hart was the victim of that foul, but you can make all three here and say thank you.
Hurst with 7 points on the night. At the line to shoot 3 free throws. First one is up and off the front rim, no good.
Boy, Z 2 for 5 from the line tonight, and you know he's usually money up there. Even when he makes it, he's a little awkward. There are a couple he's made. He stepped over the line. He's just got to get himself a little more balanced up there.
Second of 3 free throws on the way, and this one is good. Justin Harris back in. He's going to replace Drame. So it's Harris and Daniels up front, along with Hurst, Conti, and Flores.
But you know Drame is not going to stay out long. The dude's got 17 rebounds. He needs to be in the game. And you give him a minute here and get him back in.
No, you got 33 seconds for a immediate timeout.
Hurst's third free throw good, so he makes 2 of 3. Hurst with 9 points, and the Bobcats have pulled to within 5. So they've chopped 11 points off this Marist 16-point halftime lead. Trug throws right side for Lawrence. Now hands to Lewis at the top of the key, and a whistle away from the ball. And it's going to go against the Bobcats. Shays Daniels commits the foul. Non-shooting foul. Each team has 4 team fouls, 12:20 remaining. Looking to inbound the ball, still looking, and just does get it in. Now Lewis has it knocked away by Hurst. Goes down to the floor, picks it up, gets it ahead for Flores. Flores has it poked away from behind and stolen back by Lewis. Lewis brings it into the front court. Crossover dribble down the left side. Gets bumped by Flores, and the foul is called. Man, if you play defense these days, you don't stand a chance.
Well, you know it's really hard now. When they turn the corner on you and they dribble at you and you back up, it's a foul on the defense. So all the rules in basketball are made for the offense, and they've made this game ugly enough with the officials now have to call contact.
And Drame, after a very brief respite on the bench, is back in, and he replaces Daniels.
24 seconds, I would say. That's not even one possession.
Hart lobs it in, top of the key to Lee. Lee comes to the right side, now back to the top of the key with the dribble. 12 minutes remaining. 5-point Marist lead. Backdoor pass to Hart, up and under. Good, and he's fouled.
Little too aggressive, I think, defensively that time by Quinnipiac. All started by Drame trying to overplay the big fella, which causes a backdoor on Dimitri's man. So,
and that is a foul on Drame, and it brings us to a timeout. 11 minutes and 59 seconds remaining. Marist 48, Quinnipiac 41 on the Bobcats Radio Network.
How can you be a point guard and allow someone all season long to come behind you and flip the ball from behind you and not know anybody would be thinking about that's happening? As you're playing with the ball, you in your mind as a point guard know, okay, sooner or later someone's going to be here. I got to switch hands. I got to look behind me. You got to change the angle, move a little bit so the guy will run into me.
And you don't keep the ball in the same hand the whole way down.
Right.
I mean, you got to.
That's what I mean. Your mind's working fast, and you just said, okay, these are all the things I'm doing. No one coaches anymore. Those things are just fundamental plays that should never happen.
Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, and Bob Tipson with you from the Times Union Center in Albany. Quinnipiac down by 7. 11:59 remaining in a MAAC Conference men's opening round game.
A good little run by Quinnipiac. You know, they were going to have one, and it was a 12-2 run for Quinnipiac. And at some point Marist was going to score. They hadn't scored, I think, in, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was 5-minute drought.
Drought, right? So they're going to get a basket, and now it's a basketball game. What you wanted to do now, you just want to stay within this 6-7 point range, because as the game moves on, there's going to be some doubt in Marist on whether they can finish this play. They've lost a lot of close games this year, and as we've said with this Quinnipiac team, they're going to get it to a point where they're going to have an opportunity to win it at the end.
Hart's free throw is good. Bounces around and bounces in, so a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Hart. And it's an 8-point lead for Marist with just under 12 minutes to play. Flores, top of the key, gets to Hurst on the left side against the zone defense. Back to Flores, top of the key. Returns to Hurst. Into the lane for Harris. Tries to go up. Ripped out of his hands, and a foul is called. Lewis ripped it out of his hands, and it will be Justin Harris going to the line to shoot 2.
I like what Quinnipiac's doing offensively. They're getting a lot more movement with the post players, and they're overloading with the guards a little bit. So they're changing the face of Marist's defense, and they're making them play in awkward positions, and real good adjustments over there by Tommy Moore at halftime.
First free throw by Harris is good.
I think one of the things, too, Billy, is that they're going high-low a lot, where they're really stretching the inside of that, and then they both wind up down the low post area where you can get a bounce pass and maybe get a shot off.
Second, good. So Harris makes 2 free throws. The Marist lead is 6, 49-43. KJ Lee into the front court, gives it top of the key for Trug. Backdoor pass for Lawrence. As he goes up, he's fouled, and the ball wedges between the rim and the backboard.
Boy, there was really no room for Trug to throw that pass. I think Harris did a pretty good job as a big fella overplaying Lawrence as he goes backdoor, but you can't see both when you cover the guy backdoor, and he made the perfect feed.
Well, Lawrence free throw is good. Lawrence, who had 11 points in the first half, 9 of them on 3-point field goals, gets his first point of the second half.
And after being 9 for 12 in the first half for Marist from threes, they're 0 for 1 in the second half. So, again, Quinnipiac's done a better job because they've scored the ball and haven't been able to score in transition.
Missed the second free throw, rebounded by the Bobcats, and Flores brings it up court. Left side for Hurst. Gives to Flores, top of the key, returns to Hurst for 3. Good.
They're playing with a lot of confidence, and some guys from Marist, good job by Z, starting to shake their heads a little bit, looking at the clock going, oh no, what happened? It's 10 to go.
4-point lead for Marist. They were up by 16 at halftime, and the Bobcats have come back to make it a game. Trug, top of the key, gives right side for Lawrence. Stutter steps against Harris, now gets to Lewis, top of the key. Down the right side, pull-up jump blocked by Hurst, taken away by Harris. Hands it to Flores, and Flores brings it into the front court for the Bobcats to the right side. Has room for 3. Good!
Ouch. Dimitri Flores has grown up, hasn't he?
It's a 1-point game, 50-49.
He shot that one with confidence for sure, and you got the Marist staff and everybody going to complaining because Dimitri went over and talked a little trash to the assistant coach over there at Marist. So, little life by Flores. He's competing.
Yeah, that was a great block by Z. I mean, he actually got beat, and then he goes up. Actually, the ball was out of his hand when he blocked it. It wasn't one of these where he was coming over to block it before it got out. It was a terrific block by Z.
Yeah, I mean, Quinnipiac's doing exactly what you thought they would do at some point during the game, and they're just a better team. They got better players, and Marist now is backing up on the heels a little bit. And once self-doubt creeps into your mainstream, and you're spending a lot of time talking to the officials because you haven't got the results, and they're not playing basketball anymore, and Quinnipiac's playing ball.
Oh, Marist with the basketball, 10 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Marist 50, Quinnipiac 49. KJ Lee slowly moves it up court, comes across the line, picked up by Conti. Gives to a high post to Trug, now flips to Lewis on the left. Guarded by Hurst. Lewis crossover dribble, stutter steps, now gives it off. Thomas for 3. Good.
Oh, they brought a go-ahead. A guy off. Danny Thomas comes down, or Marlo Thomas makes a 3.
Quickly back the other way come the Bobcats to Hurst in the right corner. Gets it down low to Drame. And he has his pocket picked by Lewis. Lewis took it right out of his hands. Throws right side for Curry for 3. Good.
The transition threes, back-to-back threes in transition. And Marist has surged back ahead.
And they're up by 7 with 2 straight 3-point field goals. Under 10 minutes to play. Hurst, top of the key, gives right side for Flores. Flores puts it on the floor, comes off a pick. Throws left corner. Conti open for 3. That's off the rim. No good. Tip by Drame is good.
Boy, he's having a monster game, Billy. 18 rebounds, huh?
18 rebounds and 20 points.
Wow.
Marist brings it up court. They're up by 5, 56 to 51. KJ Lee gives it along the right sideline for Lewis. Lewis on the move and gets bumped by Hurst. Foul on Zaid Hurst. Bobcats are over the limit, and that'll put Lewis at the line to shoot 1 and 1.
But I'd like to see what happened during that timeout over there when Marist called that timeout after Dimitri made that 3. Cut it to be a 1-point game because Marist came out and just played basketball. They weren't as selective.
No.
Now, they got a couple turnovers and then made the shots in transition, which they did in the first half. But as he makes the free throw, they start attacking again.
So Lewis has the bonus shot here. 57 to 51, 6-point Marist lead. Second free throw by Lewis, in and out, no good. Rebound Harris. Bounces it ahead for Flores, and he moves it up court. 6-point lead for the Red Foxes with just over 9 minutes to play. Right side, Flores is top of the key to Hurst. Into the lane for Harris. Drives to the basket, up with the left, and lays it in.
You know, he really has had a productive, not only game tonight, but he's really had a productive year. He really has.
He has, yeah. For somebody that
played all his first 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. Lee out of the backcourt, gives to Trug. It's a 4-point ball game now, 57 to 53. Marist in front. Lee left side, gives along the left sideline for Thomas. Top of the key, Curry for 3. Way off the mark and rebounded by Conti, and then stolen by Curry. Conti was a little out of control, and Curry said, I'll take that. 6 on the shot clock. Nobody realizes it. Now 4. Thomas forces one in and out. No good. Rebound, Drame. Hands it off to Flores, and Flores gives it on the left side for Hurst. Back to Flores, now on the right side. Hurst, top of the key. Long 3. In and out. No good. Rebound picked up by Conti. And they call him for an offensive foul for pushing off on Curry as he dribbled out of traffic.
And Drame caught an elbow that time, checking to see if there's any blood. So I don't think anybody in the coaching staff recognized that Drame got hit. But, you know, Sarah...
she's ready to go.
She's ready to go, Quinnipiac trainer. They're saying someone's got to come out and get him. And I don't think the coaches want to acknowledge the fact that there's a chance that Drame can be hurt.
They're not even looking at him. They're looking at the other end of the floor.
Like stay in the game.
Conti comes out of the game. James Ford comes in, but they're tending to Drame at the other end.
And Oos is going to have to come out, so they're going to have to get a substitution. They're going to have to get Chase in there for.
They must have some blood.
For Oos.
So Drame, who has 20 points and 19 rebounds, he can have a 20-20 night.
He looks like George Foreman, dude, at the end of that Muhammad Ali fight.
Man, staggering over to the bench.
Off the court a little bit, so.
Chase Daniels in for the Bobcats, replacing Drame. He goes over and gets tended to. Marist with the basketball, leading by 4 with 8 minutes remaining. Hart gives it along the left sideline for Lewis. Stutter steps to the baseline to the basket, reverse, no good. And he stepped on the line, stepped on the baseline, driving to the hoop.
Interesting to see how Marist wanted to attack that without Z in the game. I mean, without Oos in the game. Lewis took him to the basket, said, here we go. But, again, he forgot it's 94 feet, too.
Flores lets the ball roll into the front court, picks it up with under 8 minutes to play. Gives to Hurst, top of the key, right side for Ford. Now top of the key for Flores, gives back to Ford on the right side. Returns it to Flores, into the lane for Harris. Driving shot, no good, but he's fouled. Trug picks up the foul, and Justin Harris will go to the line to shoot 2. First, we're going to go to a timeout. 7:48 remaining. Marist 57, Quinnipiac 53. We'll be right back.
He was underneath the basket?
No.
He wasn't in the arc?
I don't think so. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, he was definitely standing still.
I think that's where, I think he was inside the arc. Because I thought it was a charge, except where his body was.
I did too.
All right, Mac fans, get a little closer. It's time for the kiss cam.
I don't know. I couldn't really see, but.
Put her back up there. Get it back up there. Okay. Here's the way it goes. Even if it's your sister, we don't care if you're related. Cheeks are okay.
25's in.
That's good.
Well, 44 doesn't do anything either. I mean, I don't either one of them.
He doesn't score, but this other kid, I mean, well, with Drame in there, he just gets pushed all over the place. Welcome back. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, and Bob Tipson with you. And we have a basketball game that's broken out here at the Times Union Center. MAAC Conference men's opening round. Quinnipiac down by 16 at halftime and floundering and staggering, but they have fought their way back in. It's a 4-point game now. Marist leading 57-53, and the Bobcats will be shooting 2 free throws when we resume.
And Drame now, after being tended to over there on the sidelines, is heading back into the locker room. So hopefully he's getting cleaned up a little bit. He's going to be back playing because, like you said, Billy, he's had an incredible.
Well, they're giving him the old concussion test.
They got him over there behind the bleachers.
Well, Quinnipiac needs Drame, and 18 rebounds, 20 points. He's been the one guy that no one has an answer for.
Justin Harris will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Bobcats. 7 minutes and 48 seconds remaining.
Pretty good move there by Justin Harris, and I thought Trug from the big fella from Marist, pretty good job. I think he was standing in that no foul zone underneath the basket as Harris missed the free throw. 4 fouls on Trug, and they're weak up front. So they got this young kid, that freshman from Texas, playing up front. Yep. Should be a field day inside for Quinnipiac.
Harris's second free throw is up and good. So he makes 1 of 2. He's got 11 points. The Bobcats down by 3, 57-54. Hart brings the ball up court. Drame goes over to the scorer's table. He'll check in. Hart, stutter steps, top of the key. Ford stays right with him. Now backs out. Comes to the left side, gives along the left sideline for Lewis. Siobhan Lewis gives it off to McClenaghan. Now hands to Lewis down the right side. Up with a shot, no good, but he's fouled. Chase Daniels will pick up the foul. It'll be his third. And it'll be Siobhan Lewis at the line to shoot 2 for Marist.
Yeah, I think Hurst has really stepped up his play in the defensive end. And he's starting Lewis to think a little bit about who is this guy Zaid Hurst, and as he makes the free throw. And I think it started when Lewis had him beat, and Z blocked the shot after he was beat. It was like, oh my God, who is this guy? So Z's done a pretty good job on Lewis in the second half.
You know, and again, he's missed a couple layups, so he's starting to think about that. Then he gets his shot blocked, and even on that play, he really could have made a layup out of it, and doesn't come up with it, and he makes a second foul shot.
So he makes 2 free throws, and the lead back up to 5, 59-54. James Ford, right side, gives to Hurst, top of the key, left side for Flores, into the lane, Drame, turnaround jump, good.
Guess he's feeling okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with him, boy. He didn't miss a beat that time. Little hop, skip, and a jump from 14 feet.
22 points and 19 rebounds for Ousmane Drame tonight. Lewis, top of the key, 7 minutes remaining, down the right side, up with the runner is good.
The 2 stars taking over, Drame for the Bobcats and Lewis for the Red Foxes.
61-56, Marist trying to hang on here to Drame at the foul line. Now to Hurst, top of the key. Lobs it back to Drame. Bad pass tip taken by Flores, though, along the left sideline. Gives it to Drame. Drame, turnaround jump, short, rebound, Ford. Ford has the ball knocked loose. He dives to the floor. It's still loose. Now up with it is Drame. His shot no good. Rebound, Harris tries to go back up, and a foul.
Great job by Justin Harris, Ousmane Drame, James Ford. I question Quinnipiac's commitment to hard work in the first half. No question how hard they're working in the second half.
Lewis picks up the foul, and he comes out the worst for the wear as he probably took an elbow in the nose. He is back up, and
well, that's what they're looking at. They're looking at it over there on the monitor.
Well, yeah, I think the first time they've been to the monitor, but I mean, based on what I saw there, I think it's an accidental. You get hit accidentally, right? I mean, I know they got the flagrant to the head, but it has to be intent when you throw it, and there was certainly no intent on anybody for Quinnipiac. I think just it's a lot of good, hard effort by both teams.
so they continue to check the monitor, the officials do. Both teams huddled up around their coaches. 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Bobcats down by 5, 61-56.
Yeah, you flipped it around in terms of shooting percentages, too. Quinnipiac 10 for 21 this half for almost 50%, and 3 for 7 from the field. And Marist 35%, 6 for 17, and two big threes after they had gone 0 for 5, right, in transition once Quinnipiac got it to a one-point lead. So it's turned out to be a basketball game, and I think everything that we would expect that when Quinnipiac's in a game, the way they play and possession by possession, they're going to weigh you down, and it's going to be close as you go down the stretch.
Bobcats early in the game had a 14-12 lead, and Marist went on a spurt and outscored the Bobcats 17-2. They've been in front ever since, but they've been in front by as many as 16. Bobcats got as close as 1 at one point. Right now it's a 5-point game, and Justin Harris at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it was game of runs. Big run by Marist in the first half, and one answered by Quinnipiac in the second half has made it a basketball game.
So Justin Harris, who's an 82% foul shooter, however, tonight makes the first one, and that gives him 6 of 10 from the line.
Well, he missed his first 2, right? And I think he made those, and he's back up to 80%. So Harris is certainly, along with Jame, own the paint inside for Quinnipiac.
Second, good. So 2 free throws by Justin Harris, and it's a 3-point ball game, 61-58. Khalid Hart into the front court. Has a pick off the pick to the right side. Dishes along the right sideline for Thomas. Now to McClenaghan, top of the key. Throws on the left side for Curry. Gives off to Lewis. Siobhan Lewis to the right. Stutter steps to the basket. Shot blocked by Drame. And then a foul. The ball ended up back in Lewis's hands as he went back up for the shot. Drame called for the foul. For him, that'll be number 2.
Lewis turns the corner, and Drame's just giving up on McClenaghan. He doesn't have to guard the dude, right?
No.
So it's 2 people guarding Lewis. Does a great job blocking the shot, but they got to come up with the ball.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Lewis opportunistic, gets the loose fumble and ends up on the foul line.
First free throw is good. Lewis now with 16. He averages almost 21 a game. He was the leading scorer in the MAAC conference this year. Second is good. So it's back to a 5-point ball game, 63-59. Flores lets the ball roll up court, picks it up as he crosses the line. Now Ford, top of the key, left side, Hurst for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Drame into the lane, dishes back. Hurst for 3, way off the mark, knocked out of bounds by Marist.
Boy, I thought Oos has got to finish the play himself.
Yeah.
There's no one in there that can play. I mean, I know he wants to be unselfish and give his partner Z a chance, but sometimes you just got to score, dude.
Yeah.
Unless he wanted another rebound.
Man, what a night. 22 points, 20 rebounds for Ousmane Drame.
Wow.
Lobbed in to Hurst out near the top of the key, hands to Ford. Under 6 minutes to play. 5-point lead for Marist to Drame, surrounded, drives to the basket as he goes up. He's fouled.
Well, you know what? The whistle always goes to the guy who's initiating.
Exactly.
The foul was on Trug, too, and that's 5 on him. He's gone.
You know, and he attacked Trug. It was good heady play by Drame, and officials know that Drame's having a heck of a night, so anything close, whistle's going to go the offensive player's way. So fortunate turn of events for Quinnipiac here, getting Trug with 5, and they don't have a lot of confidence in going with anybody else on that Marist team. They got the freshman McClenaghan, and they put Garth Brooks in early in the first half, but Garth fouled right away, and he's never been back in.
Yep.
He didn't foul once, he fouled twice,
yep.
right in a row.
McClenaghan is back in. Drame at the line to shoot 2.
And McClenaghan wants to be any place but in this basketball game. He's from Texas. He wants to go ahead and ride a bull instead of playing Drame.
Drame's first free throw off the back rim, no good.
All right, when's Quinnipiac going to make that push, Tip? When are they going to get that push?
I think the push has got to come on 2 stops down here, the next 2 possessions.
Second free throw, good. So he makes 1 of 2, and it's back to a 4-point ball game, 63-59. 5:45 remaining. Hart into the front court. Hart hands it off to Lewis. Lewis comes to the top of the key with a dribble. Gives to McClenaghan at the high post. Drame on him. Hands to Lewis. Lewis stutter steps, crossover dribble into the lane, up with the floater. It's good.
Well, there was no reason in the world for that shot to go in. Incredible defensive job by James Ford. Just a better offensive play.
65-59. Marist by 6 with 5:19 remaining. Ford right side gives to Hurst, top of the key. To Ford on the right, down low to Drame. Drame puts it on the floor, backs in, double team, and a jump ball is called. Bobcats with the possession arrow.
They would have had to put their fist through Drame's chest for it to be a foul that time after that last call. So, jump ball favors Quinnipiac. They get the ball.
Flores to inbound, lobs it into Ford on the right side, out top of the key. Hurst for 3. Short, rebound, Curry. Curry fires into the front court, goes to Hart in the right corner. Hart dribbles it out, comes out to the circle at midcourt with under 5 minutes to play. 6-point lead for the Red Foxes of Marist. McClenaghan hands to Hart coming behind and puts up a 3. It's good.
Ouch. What a shot after a real good defensive effort by Hurst.
And great contesting, too. I mean, it was a really tough shot.
Must possession here. Ford's got to look to shoot the basketball.
68-59. Harris drives to the lane to the basket and lays it in.
Real good move by Harris. You got to attack McClenaghan from Marist and you'll score.
68-61. Marist in front. 4:20 remaining.
Boy, that big 3 hurt us, huh? Didn't it, Willie?
Oh, it did indeed. Curry across midcourt against pressure, drives into the lane, pulls up, dishes it back out to Thomas. Now they're going to take some time off the clock. Hart slows, hands it off to Lewis. It kicks off his foot, and it's a backcourt violation. Timeout on the floor, 3:59 remaining. Marist 68, Quinnipiac 61 on the Bobcats Radio Network.
How bad was that play? Jesus.
Well, I mean, that's why they're in 11th place.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, other than those kind of dumb errors, they've actually played pretty good.
They played very good.
That was unbelievable.
Well, it was just as bad as...
It looked like he took his head up to look at the rim instead of catching the ball.
Same as what Evan Conti did.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to start tightening up a little bit. Hart had no business making that shot. But James Ford can't play, shouldn't be in the game, if he's not going to look to shoot.
Yeah, he's got to make some threes. Somebody's got to make some threes.
Right, because they're not playing him now.
We are at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Bill Schweitzer, Bill Mecca, Bob Tipson with you. 3 minutes, 59 seconds remaining. Bobcats trying to come from behind. They trail Marist 68-61.
I think the team that's going to win this basketball game is a team that's not going to spend time thinking about the consequences of every possession and every play. It's going to be the team that believes, you know what? Let's just play as hard and as smart as we can. If I get it, I'm going to make a play. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, I'm going to make another play. But when you start thinking about, will my results cause us to lose this basketball game, that's when the other team is going to have an advantage. Biggest possession of the game right now for Quinnipiac, down 7.
All right, Bobcats with the ball inbounded to Flores. Gives to Ford, right side. Back to Flores, top of the key. Returns to Ford for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Harris, back up, no good. Rebound punched up in the air and taken by Flores out near midcourt. Gives it back to Harris, kicks it out. Hurst for 3. Good, and he's fouled!
Real good job again by Justin Harris. Tipping it back out, and Z. Wow.
15 for Hurst. He'll go to the line to try to make it a 4-point play. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining.
Marist has 0 inside game with True out of the game. They have nothing and nobody to go to.
Hurst bounces, flips up with the right hand, and hits. Hurst now with 16 points, 13 of them here in the second half. So the Bobcats chop it back down to a 3-point game, 68-65. Khalid Hart brings it up court for Marist. Hart across the line. Picked up by Ford, gives to McClenaghan, top of the key. Bounces once, gives back to Hart along the right sideline. Hart directs traffic. Returns to McClenaghan, gives back to Hart. Thought about a 3, foul line jump, and it's good.
Ouch, they're like playing on the park, huh?
And he's got that step back jump shot just like Zaid.
70-65. Marist in front, 3:12 remaining. Ford, right side, gives to Flores, top of the key, back to Ford. Bounces down to the baseline for Harris, returns to Ford. Now they swing it left. Hurst, 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound again, punched back and run down by Flores out near midcourt. Flores directs traffic against the zone, gives to Ford, back to Flores on the left side of the key. Flores comes along the left sideline, gives to Ford, top of the key, returns to Flores, long 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound Hart. 2:35 remaining. 5-point lead for the Red Foxes. Pressure in the back court. Gives to Curry. Throws into the front court. McClenaghan. Now along the right sideline for Thomas. Jumps a pass cross court for Lewis. Crossover dribble into the lane. Driving shot. No good. Rebounded by Flores. He runs it up court. Throws ahead for Ford. Bounces to the right baseline for Hurst. Hurst on the move. And a charge. An Academy Award performance by Manny Thomas, as he went down like a sack of potatoes, and the offensive foul on Zaid Hurst.
Z made a move like he ran over Marlo Thomas. I mean, tough call against Quinnipiac.
Conti in. He replaces Justin Harris. 2:12 remaining. Inbounded to Hart. Bobcats put on full court pressure. Gives to Curry. Curry races into the front court to the line and then brings it back out again. Bounces out to Hart. He'll take some time off the clock. In no hurry. Up by 5 with just under 2 minutes to play. Hart to the left side. Gives to McClenaghan. Throws right side for Curry. Puts up a 3 and hits.
He's not supposed to take that shot. I mean, he's not supposed to take it. Then he's not supposed to make it.
73-65. Marist in front with 1:38 to go. Long 3 by Conti. No good. Rebound, Drame. Drame spins to the lane. Up, no good, but he's fouled.
Great job by Drame there. Just a great job. Evan misses the shot, and Drame's got like every rebound tonight, doesn't he?
Well, it's a new Quinnipiac record for Division I. 22 rebounds. He breaks his own record, which was 21.
Yeah, boy, and they got some some real good big men played it. Justin Ruddy, right? Ike Azatay.
Woo! And he actually was tied for the rebound lead with Victor Akinyanju. You remember him, Bob?
Yeah, I do remember him.
Big Vic.
Big Vic.
Drame makes the first free throw.
Didn't score many points, but he got a lot of rebounds.
He did.
And he couldn't make any foul shots.
He got 15 offensive rebounds off the same possession one day.
He makes the second foul shot.
25 points and 22 rebounds for Ousmane Drame. Bobcats call a timeout with 1:32 remaining. Marist 73 and the Bobcats 67.
Well, Quinnipiac went small that last time defensive possession. I thought Tommy's done everything he possibly could from the locker room at halftime to coaching this second half to get his team in position to get over the top and win. And Marist almost cooperated, but they made some unlikely three-point shots. None bigger. When Quinnipiac's chasing, Marist is holding the ball, 20 seconds on the shot clock. You figure Marist is going to take it to the rim, right? And Curry all of a sudden decides, I don't think so. I'm going to shoot a 3. You're like, huh? Why would you shoot that shot? And it goes in, and that caused a little bit of separation. So I don't think they'll play it as loose as they played it before. Now, Tiff, can Quinnipiac play these 35 seconds without committing a foul? Or do they have to foul?
I think they got to foul, and especially if they get it past half court. I think you got to shorten this game up, lengthen the game up as much as you possibly can.
Inbounded against the pressure. Curry still in the backcourt. Jumps a pass underneath. McClanahan goes up. Misses the stuff. Drame certainly impeded that one. Flores into the front court. Gives it into the lane. Ford up with the shot. No foul called. He got wrapped by McClanahan. No call, and Marist with the rebound. Long pass into the front court for Curry. Curry bumps with Flores, and Flores called for the foul. Both teams are over the 10-foul limit, so that will put T.J. Curry at the line to shoot 2.
A little more discipline for Quinnipiac as McClanahan misses the dunk when you come down here and have some sense of what you want to go to. You can get 30-second timeout here by Tommy, but offensively, when there's confusion going on, you have to have self-discipline to know, okay, this is not the best opportunity for our team to score, and I think Ford made a mistake when he attempted to try to be a hero and make a play one-on-one, but the guy he was playing against was 6'8". So I think you have to have the self-discipline to say, I'm going to dribble it back out. Let's get the shot we need, because that is maybe the biggest possession in the basketball game.
And the worst part was it didn't look like when he turned, he jumped. He kind of just leaned in and tried to get the shot off. You know, the big guy's not going to try to go up and block the shot. He's just going to stand there. So he just threw it right basically into his hands.
Yeah, I mean, it was a poor result for Quinnipiac, and now down 6. They got to be able to, they got to guard. They got to get a steal and hopefully get Marist. These free threes don't go in for Curry. He's played a pretty good job. Pretty good game today, Billy. 10 points and played a lot of minutes, and that 3 was pretty big.
Doesn't shot a lot of free throws, though. 1 for 2 tonight.
First free throw is up and spins in and out. No good. He has one more coming.
You know, still a 2-possession game here for Quinnipiac, and you're not in a position where you got to shoot a 3. You just got to score quick.
Second one goes. So it's a 7-point lead for Marist with 1:04 remaining. Flores into the front court. Comes to the top of the key, puts up a long 3 off the rim, no good, and rebounded by Lewis and fouled by Conti.
I don't understand why Dimitri Flores would take that shot when Zaid Hurst is in the game. Do y'all help me with that? Can anybody help me with that?
I do not have an answer for you, Mr. Mecca. 58 seconds remaining, and they go to the other end. Siobhan Lewis will shoot free throws and can get this back up to a 9-point lead for Marist.
And I appreciate the fact that the young guy, Dimitri, who's played a heck of a game for Quinnipiac as he makes the free throw, wants to make a play. But they've been back in this game in the second half because 5 guys have made plays. And your 2 stars have been your best players, Hurst and Drame.
Misses the second. Hurst rebounds. 8-point Marist lead, 55 seconds left. Hurst jumps a pass to Ford. Ford hands it off. Hurst forces a 3. It's an air ball rebounded by Conti, and he lays it in.
A good battle there by Evan Conti. You still got some life now. As soon as you catch it, you got to foul. You got to foul. Ooh, offensive.
Wow, I thought that was an offensive foul. I mean, Lewis just reached out with an elbow and pushed Zaid Hurst out of the way. Hurst is called for the foul, and Lewis will go to the line to shoot 2.
Man, you would have got a lot of red shirts upset, but I think it would have been the right call, Billy, because Lewis did push off.
Oh, my goodness.
He kind of bumped, kind of threw his shoulder into him.
And he finished it off with the elbow. First free throw is no good.
Yeah, 10 for 18 from the foul line for Marist. So they're not ready to win this basketball game. So there's enough time in here if Quinnipiac can be efficient on the offensive end.
Makes the second one, 21 points for Siobhan Lewis. And a timeout called.
All right, good timeout over there by Tommy. You're going to be able to go up and set something up. And, you know, honestly, if I saw my team the last 2 times down where they took shots that really had no sense of any sense of running anything offensively, I think I'd have to take a timeout, draw something up, and let them know, okay, this is what we go to when we're in this position, so I can go ahead and make a play. You saw Hurst do it on his own. You saw Flores do it on his own. It's really not tight for Quinnipiac down the stretch.
And now what you got to do is you got to figure out what you're going to do offensively. But not only that, when the ball goes in, if you can't steal it, you got to foul. You got to extend this game as much as you can, and you got to figure out who out there is not going to shoot the ball well. Obviously, if the big guy catches it, you foul him. But I don't think they're going to have him touch the ball. I mean, even the one where they threw it long and he had a layup, he couldn't even make that. So I don't think they'll have him. So you got to figure out who you're going to actually foul.
Flores brings it up court, 38 seconds left. Flores right side to the baseline. Picks up. Has nowhere to go. Throws cross court right into the hands of Curry. Curry into the front court by himself, and he's called for a double dribble.
Which he did.
Yep.
Boy, Marist has given 14 points to Quinnipiac on 7 easy layups in transition. The game was right there for Quinnipiac to take.
Hurst this time will bring it up court. 25 seconds left. Hurst, top of the key, 40-foot three. Banks it, off the rim, no good. Tipped by Drame is good.
Good job by Drame, who continues to add to his numbers. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. You got to be close to him and foul, fellas.
They foul Lewis with 15 seconds left. 5-point Marist lead. 15 seconds remaining. Drame, 27 points and 23 rebounds.
Yeah, he's been just incredible. You know, he's just been incredible, and it's a game you wanted to send him off with a victory, but
he also has 3 assists.
Yeah, he's been really good. Quinnipiac just wasn't tight down the stretch. Marist was a lot tighter down the stretch. They made a play when they needed to make a play, and Quinnipiac has struggled in that 2 possession as Lewis makes the free throw. And haven't played well in a 5-6 point game. His shot selection over the last minute and a half hasn't been very good.
Misses the second, tipped, ball up in the air, and Lewis gets the rebound. 10 seconds remaining, and he gets fouled by Ford.
James. Wow. I really thought Quinnipiac was going to go ahead and ride that wave in and get it to a 1-point game, and Dimitri made that
three-point play to make it a 1-point game.
Marist called a timeout, and they hit back-to-back 3-pointers as Lewis misses the free throw. And
missed a lot.
yeah, I mean, they haven't shot it well from the line. 12 for 21 from the line, so.
Second is good. He makes 1 of 2, but at this point, it is academic. 78-71, 9 seconds left. Hurst into the front court. Gets it right corner. Hutton for 3. Good.
All right.
78-74. They get the ball inbounded to Lewis. He's fouled with 3 seconds left. So Lewis will go to the free throw line with 3.5 seconds remaining, and it's pretty much over now. It's a 2-possession game.
Yeah, it's going to be too hard for Quinnipiac. And Zaid Hurst, the last time he walks off the court with a Quinnipiac jersey, it's going to be an emotional ending over there for Z, who struggled in the first half, but what an incredible job he did in the second half.
He goes to the bench. Harris in for him. Got congratulated by the coaches, but he doesn't want anything. He's sitting there with his head between his knees. And Lewis makes both free throws. Flores picks up the ball into the front court, fires up a shot, and that's it. Final score, Marist 80, Quinnipiac 74. Stay tuned for the Morrow Motors postgame show right after this.
Think anybody's coming over?
Scott will be over.
You know what? I don't care.
All right.
Sooner we get out of here, the better. Well, boys, you don't have to come back till Sunday or Saturday night, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sean? Oh, no.